Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective tarot for today. Today is Monday, June 9th, 2025. You may follow me on the Attack, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, my Pinterest, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, to make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We love that for you. Whatever does not, just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Intuitive City Oracle by Rob Barthelman. You can find his decks at intuitiveintention.com, My Intuitive Intention on Etsy, or the TikTok shop. We got 2 on the table. Oh, we got 4 on the table. Dog. Okay, we got 4, 1 major. 4 on the table. Did I say deck earlier? 4 on the deck. 4 on the table, 1 major. We got 7, 8 on the table. 2 major. Let's do 1 more shuffle. Nine on the table, 3 major. 10 on the table with bottom of the deck, 3 major, no reverse. I always look at the top now. I gotta look. Holy. We got 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Last Judgment, Page of Pentacles. We got the Chariot. We got 6 of Cups, 9 of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, and 2 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Someone is unhappy with where they are spiritually. Someone's judging themselves. It kind of gives like because the Hierophant card fell out here. We got the 6 of Cups. To me, it kind of gives off like someone not sure if they believed in what they once believed in. It's doubt. It's basically like doubt. And yeah, I just pictured Meryl Streep from the movie Doubt. If you'd ever watched it, it was a very good movie. think it was Meryl Streep. I'm pretty sure it was Meryl Streep. I don't remember who played the priest I think he was just a priest. I don't think he was like a cardinal or anything. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, kind of like somebody second guessing themselves. And with the Eight of Cups, okay, the description on the card is spiritual growth. So anything in regards to spiritualism, I would say. So it could be, and like, it doesn't even necessarily, it could be something specific. Like somebody realizing, I don't know if I believe in manifestations. I don't know if I believe in, third eye. I don't know if I believe in um, meditation. I thought I used to have psychic dreams. Maybe those weren't psychic dreams. Like somebody just kind of, I thought my intuition was pretty high, but maybe that wasn't even intuition. It could be something specific. It could be overall, like what am I doing here kind of thing. So here's the thing with the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands. Okay, I really gotta stop yawning. It's gonna drive me insane, seriously. See, I would say somebody put a curse on me so that I yawn every time I do a reading, but I don't believe in that shit. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe somebody could curse me. They could, um, but I don't believe in that. Whoever this person is, this is someone strong of character, moral values. I should say morals and values. And it's kind of funny because this person is judging themselves, but with the Chariot card, like I think this person is determined to come to a decision for themselves. Like, okay, and let's just say, like, okay, they don't believe in manifestations. Like I manifest and manifest and manifest, and nothing comes to fruition. So it's like somebody like, okay, am I gonna keep manifesting, thinking that like none of this shit is coming true, like none of this is happening? Or am I going to drop the manifestations, or am I going to change the manifestations to see if it's really work? You know what I mean? Like, it's somebody, whoever this is, this isn't a dumb person. This is like a smart cookie. Like, like I said, if for some reason, like it wasn't their manifestations weren't coming in, now it's somebody realizing, okay, maybe I just need to change them or get rid of them and do like one and see how long it takes for that to come true, right? And we just talked about, I'm using manifestations because we just talked about this, was it last night or the night before? About, like, you kind of have to be realistic about your manifestations, because what are you manifesting for? And I use the example of somebody manifesting for a private jet, right? Like, if you're not a millionaire, if you're not a billionaire, and you're manifesting for a private jet, how long do you think it's going to take you to get that private jet? Because you're going to have to get it from somewhere. You're going to have money to buy it, or you're going to have somebody buy it for you, which means you have to be friends with a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that manifestation could possibly take a long time to come to fruition. Whereas if I manifest a Snickers bar, I could literally get my ass in the car and drive down the road and get a Snickers bar. Or maybe one of my neighbors will knock on my door and hand me one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a Snickers bar, a little bit easier for God to handle. A jet, not really. It's going to take time. And it's what? Divine timing. It's not in your timing, it's divine timing. So when you manifest for this stuff, whatever it is, you kind of have to be a little more like logical about it and a little more common sense, because you manifesting in for a private jet thinking you're going to get it in like a month. I mean, maybe you could, maybe, right? It depends. But realistically, probably not. Probably not. This is someone realizing like maybe I just need to switch things up about a bit, if it was in regards to that. Like it's someone realizing like maybe it's the way I'm going about it and not necessarily the actual act or action. And whoever this is, they're going to balance out their situation. So again, like if this person was manifesting for a private jet, maybe they take that off their manifestations and instead they manifest for that high-paying job that they could excel at and possibly become a CEO and make millions and get their own private jet. If that makes, you know what I mean? I mean that all kind of sounds like woo, above the scale, right? Like is that really what you're going to manifest for? I mean, you can manifest for whatever you want, but like I said, if you're not being realistic about it, like, well, when do you think that that's going to come in? And again, are you manifesting in the right way? Because when you manifest, you have to manifest as if like you're already there. You know, like I'm a jet owner. I own a jet. Some people believe you should be more specific in your manifestations. Some people believe you should be more vague in your manifestations. I'm of the opinion to be more specific, if that makes sense. But when I make my manifestations and I make them specific, like I'll literally make manifestations where I say like I want this, like I have this in 2025. Like I have this in 2025. Like I have a new coat in 2025. I have until the end of 2025 to receive that new coat. Whether a coat drops into my arms, whether I make the money to go buy a coat, right? And again, like when I make my manifestations, I will make some of them specific, like months, weeks, months, years, and others I won't, because I want that for life. And I'm just going to be honest. I don't really get really specific with you guys because I think your manifestations should be private for yourself. However, I will say that a lot of my manifestations are very basic. A lot of mine are very basic. A lot of mine, like, if those manifestations come in for me, I'm able to give more myself to others, to the world, if that makes sense. So when I ask for manifestations, well, it may seem like I'm just asking for me, like the things that I say I am, it's gonna enrich everyone else as well, if that makes sense. And I'm not gonna lie, there are some things I manifest that are just for me, but again, I leave them open-ended because I want that for life. And they're not like, it's not like, oh, I'm going to start earning a salary of $20 million a month in 2025. No, that's not what my manifestations are. And I'm not going to say that I don't have manifestations that are money based, because I do. But not many. Not many. Most of my manifestations revolve around thought, feeling, look, touch, hear, see, that kind of thing. I don't really know how else to explain it without actually saying what I manifest for, and I'm not doing that. I think I've mentioned a few things in the past that I've manifested for. But yeah. And if this is in reference to if this is just a basic reference to I'm spiritual, I'm not spiritual, I'm not spiritual enough. I mean, who's to say that? Yeah, you can judge yourself on that. But what is too spiritual? What is not enough spiritual? Like, explain it to me. Because to me, that's very individualistic, just like religion. If you're going to be Catholic, how many Catholics are in the world? Are they all the same? No, probably not. How many actually adhere to all the laws of Catholicism? Some, not all, right? Everybody's different. Everybody's different. And you shouldn't think any differently for spirituality. You're going to practice what you practice the way you practice it, and that's fine. As in my opinion, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, as long as it's not you guys know how I feel, as long as it's not toxic, karmic, dark, do what you want, do what you will, do it in conjunction with God, if you believe, right? I mean, if you're quote unquote doing something wrong, God's going to tell you you're doing something wrong. Whether by giving you a feeling, showing you something, you hear something, God will tell you, I don't think you're right here, kid. I think you're off the mark. Oh, pardon me. And I would also say too, with the Six of Cups, the description on the card is nostalgia, reverse is release. Don't. Okay, I'm gonna say it, and I don't want people to be offended, but don't manifest for old bullshit. Don't manifest for old situations. Don't manifest for people to come back into your life that you released, or if they released you. Don't manifest for them to come back into your life. There's nothing wrong with somebody showing up and you being like, oh yeah, we were friends, we fell out of touch, yeah, let's have a chat, let's go out for coffee, and maybe you become friends again, maybe you don't. But there's a whole difference between that and then manifesting in for people, literally hey, I want this person back in my life. First off, just my personal opinion, when you manifest for people from your past to come into your life, again, you're not just, and I think we touched on something similar last night or the night before. You're not now just dealing with your own energy. You're dealing with another person's energy. So if you're manifesting for Betty to come back into your life to be your friend again, after having not talked to them for 15 years, how long do you think it's going to take for Betty to show up? Or for you to be able to find Betty to go towards Betty? Because you're talking a whole other human with possibly their own manifestations, which might not include you. I personally would say, like, in that type of situation, like if somebody was manifesting Betty back into their life because, like, oh, I remember they were such a great friend and we fell out of touch. Okay, if you have your phone number, if you have a phone number for them, call them. If you know of somebody that could have their phone number, call them. Don't manifest for it. And don't be manifesting for people to come to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be like, oh yeah, Tommy broke up with me, but I want him back, and like I want to manifest for him to come back to me. If you want to go talk to Tommy, go talk to Tommy. Why are you manifesting for God to bring someone back into your life that broke up with you? First of all, why would you want that person back? And second of all, you should go towards them. It's not for that person to come towards you. If you want that person back in your life, go get them. Don't manifest for God to bring, or spirit or universe, whatever you want to call him, them, to bring them back for you. That just seems like such a waste of time and such a waste of manifestations, because again, you're dealing with a whole other human being, which means God is going to have to get on that person's ass and be like, hey, Tina wants you back in her life. And I go back around to my first question. Why would you want that person back in your life? So just my personal opinion, don't be manifesting for past situations. Don't be manifesting for past people to come into your life. And I would also say what I've said before in the past, let go and let God. If you really and truly believe, like, let go and let God. God's gonna bring you what you're supposed to have in that case. That's just what I believe. It's kind of like I have told you guys before, like, yeah, I would love to have a partner again. I would love to be in a relationship, but I let go and I let God with that. And also, the last year, maybe a little bit less, like I've just gotten so much in my head about relationships and people and meeting people and all that stuff. Like I literally just said to God, like, you're gonna have to bring me this person. Like you're you're gonna have to deliver them to my doorstep, because first off, I don't chase. I don't ever chase. I'm not gonna chase. And second off, I have always been really good at figuring out like who is interested in me. But because I tend to give everybody a chance and I tend to like everybody from the jump, right? I tend not to see the people that don't have good for me in their heart, right? Like they don't have good intentions towards me. So, and again, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I've gotten less and less likely to do that now in these last 2 years. And like even when, I mean, if you guys follow me, even when the guy came back in February from 2023. Like I told him right at the start, like you're in a relationship, so nothing's going to happen here, but if you want to be friends, we can be friends. And it's kind of funny because like even now, like looking back on that situation, like 2 months later, like I probably should have just never answered him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I knew he had been cheating on me before. I mean, technically it wasn't cheating because we were friends with benefits, but it's cheating. He got into a relationship a month after I broke up with him, and he's trying to swing around while he's still involved with this other woman. I should have just not answered, you know? I should have just not answered. That being said, I like to think that because nothing happened between him and I kicked him to the curb yet again, I like to think I hopefully got some bonus points for that because that really wasn't easy for me. It's not easy for me to tell people I'm done with them. Tell people that I have no interest in being their friend, their lover, whatever the case may be. It's not easy for me. It's not. Because again, I tend to have that very empathetic, loving, caring, giving heart. But yeah, like I let go and I let God. So in regards to manifesting for like past bullshit, I would just suggest not. And again, I would suggest let go and let God. But that's just me. And most of my manifestations that I actually do wouldn't really have anything to do with like relationships or anything like that. Friend, lover, family, nothing. Like all of my manifestations are for me to make me a better, more capable person so that I can help other people be better. But again, that was just an example, because take how it resonates for you with this disappointment in spiritual growth or spirituality. I know what I always feel like, because I talk to God a lot, but like, do you consider that a prayer? Like, I feel like I could pray more, if that makes sense, especially like pray for others, things like that. I always feel like I could do more of that. I might have to work on that. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope the messages resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope, if anything, you found them entertaining. I hope you all have a great day and or evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.